With local elections in the air, provincial politicking dominated today's session, including Keir Starmer's last-ditch pitch to voters. He tried to tie Rishi Sunak to the fallout from Liz Truss's economic policies and the consequences for homeowners.
Does the Prime Minister know how many mortgage payers are paying higher rates since the Tory party crashed the economy last autumn? The question was how many people are paying more on their mortgages each month. And the answer that the Prime Minister avoided giving is 850,000, counting the cost of the Tories' economic vandalism with every mortgage payment they make.
The Labour leader claimed average first-time buyers would need to raise an extra £9,000 for their deposits.
He reinforces just how out of touch he is. £9,000, ha ha ha, £9,000 would take 4 years. They think it's funny.
You're funny, the heckler shouted.
4 years. 4 years for the average saver to save £9,000. Or to put it a different way, in terms the Prime Minister will understand, roughly the annual bill to heat his swimming pool.
Mr Sunak's strategy was surprisingly similar, pouncing not just on the record of the politician opposite, but that of his predecessors.
We all know what happened last time when they were in power. There was no money left for the country. But let's talk about the record. Let's talk about the Labour record on house building, Mr Speaker. In London, the former Conservative mayor built 60,000 affordable homes in his first 5 years in office. How many did the current Labour mayor manage? Half of that, Mr Speaker.
And Keir Starmer responded to the Tory jibe about Liam Byrne's no money left letter with this Jaws-related pun.
Debt doubled since 2010, growth down, tax up, the economy crashed. Mr Speaker, they're going to need a bigger note. And it's right.
As you can see, that gag received a bit of a mixed response in the chamber. Rishi Sunak tried to slip in a jibe about Labour ditching its pledge to scrap tuition fees in England, but when the PM struggled on that topic, the SNP's Westminster leader succeeded.
In 2010, David Cameron convinced Nick Clegg to drop his pledge on university tuition fees. Does the Prime Minister intend to take the credit for convincing the leader of the Labour Party to do likewise?
I thank the honourable gentleman for the question. I'd say it's hard to keep up, Mr Speaker, with a list of broken promises.
And when Stephen Flynn said this was the party's Nick Clegg moment, just look at the body language on the Labour front bench. Elsewhere, the Speaker knocked over his own glass of water with his robe. Watch the reactions in this replay. And we had an almost endless stream of backbenchers asking about local councils.
The Conservative-led Solihull Council, Lib Dem-controlled Three Rivers District Council. Local Conservatives.
Tomorrow's local elections are important, not just because it'll decide who's in charge of things like bin collections, adult social care and children's services, but also it's a great barometer as to the political weather nationwide. We may get a sign over who's likely to be crowned the next PM, but if we're honest, it may all be overshadowed by a different coronation.